Please welcome Abraham Cambridge, the Sun Exchange.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Abraham Cambridge, founder of the Sun Exchange. I've been a solar energy engineer and entrepreneur for getting on 10 years. And in 2014, I moved to Africa, a continent with an abundance of sunlight, drastically increasing need for electricity, with practically no access to finance for commercial solar projects. That need led me to set up the Sun Exchange, and to explain to you what it is, I'm just going to show you a very quick video.
People trying to save for the future through conventional banking are often disappointed by low interest rates and what their savings are being used to fund. So, wave goodbye to the petrodollar and welcome the dawn of solar-powered money, the Sun Exchange. The Sun Exchange is a peer-to-peer lending platform that connects people wanting to invest in solar energy with people that want to access it. Think of it like the stock exchange, with sunlight. Through the Sun Exchange, anyone wishing to see their wealth increase whilst doing good can crowd-lend their money so that community centres, schools, businesses, factories and even whole neighbourhoods can achieve their goals of going solar and reducing running costs. Lending to a Sun Exchange solar project ensures a safe, totally transparent and ethical investment from which interest is paid in real time. As long as the sun keeps shining, the money keeps flowing. The Sun Exchange hosts solar projects worldwide, so you can choose a portfolio of investments upon which the sun will never set. All you need is a bank account or a Bitcoin wallet and web access.
This is a fully tested and validated business model. The Stellenbosch Waldorf School near Cape Town, South Africa, had an intermittent electricity supply sourced from the world's dirtiest energy mix. They needed a 15 kilowatt solar PV system that would cost $30,000. Now, the South African rand is a relatively weak currency, so it made sense to approach the international community to raise these funds. No suitable platform existed on which to do this, and we needed a universal international remittance system that was quick, secure, and could handle microtransactions efficiently. So we looked to cryptocurrency, and it exactly and uniquely met this need. Using angel funds raised through an Indiegogo campaign, we built a prototype crowdfunding platform and hosted South Africa's first crowdfunded solar project in the form of a legal entity of a cooperative. We offered the school a 15% reduction in their energy bills and the investors a 10.2% annual return paid monthly as a dividend. On that campaign, we hosted the world's first Bitcoin to solar investment transactions, raising 60 Bitcoin in 30 days from 11 countries. The Sun Exchange earned our 10% success fee, and we now have a 20-year annuity income stream from managing the fund. We have a 17 megawatt pipeline of solar projects brought to us from installers and development agencies who need funding. These are already developed projects, they just need finance. It would take 350,000 micro lenders investing the minimum amount to fund these projects, and that is just today's pipeline. But consider that to date, $3.4 trillion have been pledged to be moved from fossil fuels and into clean energy. And you'll recognize the problem is not a lack of funds, but the absence of a simple and accessible marketplace for these transactions to happen. And that marketplace is the Sun Exchange. I've now appointed a development team, and we are building a fully automated payment system. With real-time revenue distribution, as each kilowatt hour is generated, the investor will receive income into their digital wallet directly from a blockchain-enabled smart meter, wherever they are in the world. Just one point. That engine can be used for any peer-to-peer investment. It can be used for any peer-to-peer investment where the product can be digitally monetized. And we're now seeking seed capital of $600,000 to complete the build and deploy a version 1 of this platform, and to scale our operation to enable us to finance 4 megawatts of solar school projects in the next 12 months. So in summary, we're building a global solar securities trading platform where the securities have got near liquid annual annuity, are disconnected from erratic commodity markets, and do not rely on a centralized capital market structure. Thank you for your time, and are there any questions?
Great presentation.
Thank you.
What does it cost to finance a project? So if I want to put up a solar farm, what does it cost? What's the average?
A solar farm. We're not financing solar farms. We're financing projects in the funding gap. So if you're a solar farm, you can go and raise millions from any number of venture capitalists and project financiers that will happily fund a project. But if you're looking for a project that's less than $1 million, no project financer will entertain you, and the cost of debt in South Africa is getting on above 15%. So we can come in at 12% cost of capital and provide the lender 10%, and the delta is ours.
And the average size deal that you're funding is what?
It will be below $1 million. So our first project was 30,000. So typically around $100,000 a project. That's a typical commercial solar project size.
Is there just one microphone? Is it on? Sorry, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Sorry, you said at the end you said it's a trading platform, but it sounded more like it was an investment platform. Can you clarify what is the trading?
Absolutely. So once you have invested in your chosen solar project, if you want to reacquire your capital, you can sell your membership, your stake into the cooperative to somebody else. The cooperative legal entity allows a voluntary membership and open membership. So anybody can join a co-op and then get the revenue from that. So if someone wanted to acquire your capital, you would swap your membership for somebody else, and then our platform would manage the registration process. So you can take out incremental amounts of your capital. It doesn't need to be all taken out in one go.
How do you think about reaching, I mean, you're talking about network effects on crowd financing. How do you think about the disparate groups that you want to reach to fund, whom largely will self-select into different projects? Some may buy into the liquidity mechanism of the overall market, but how do you think about reaching them?
The last mile, we're taking projects that have already been developed by development companies and installers. So our onboarding process is to validate the project. So we do the due diligence on the project, the borrower, and the lender. So we do that process, but we're not doing the last mile activities. We're providing the finance. If that makes sense.
And how does your pipeline look like from curating? I mean, the end result is like curating, finding a project that you approve, but for one project, you have to look at 100. You have what exactly is the?
Most projects they're on-roof projects. They're very simple. You have a roof. There's a distribution board. The system connects, and you're producing a solar yield. As long as you know how much solar electricity you're going to generate, and that you've performed an audit on the building, so you know how much electricity is going to be off-taken from the system, we can then find a sweet spot for the system size. And that system size leads to the revenue generation, the revenue potential, and then we'll find the suitable cost of capital for that project. So it will vary from project to project, but they're actually very, very straightforward projects.
So fairly standardized across various metrics.
Yeah,
that you don't
all the
deviate
hardware
from.
is very similar. I mean, most of it's German engineered. It's SMA inverters and tier 1 solar modules. That's out of the factory standard industry-wide equipment, and it's all bankable, provided they have the correct equipment installed by a qualified installer. We'll tick the boxes. Yep, that's a qualified project, goes on our platform, and then it's open to funding.
I want to follow on Jim's question. I think he was asking, where do you find the lenders? How are you going to access those
Okay,
people?
right.
And
Okay,
then
I see what you
the
mean.
second part of that question is, do you think it's to be one lender to one project or many lenders to one project?
It's definitely going to be micro-investors. Though having said that, our minimum investment was 0.15 Bitcoin. But typically people were financing 1, 2, even 3 Bitcoins an investor. So we've seen that people want to put in more into these projects than actually we anticipated. We expected more of like a peppercorn approach to financing. But actually people would rather put in greater sums. But we find that audience, and we did an Indiegogo campaign, and we had 150 backers from 30 countries around the world. And that totally validated what we're doing as international appeal. And a lot of our customers found us through that campaign. But having said that, there has been now a network effect. And we've now having people that have just stumbled across us on a Reddit forum or something, have come into our exchange and have now funded us through using altcoins. We've accepted solar coins to invest in these solar projects. Now, that's with zero marketing. Now, we've done one press release and it went. So part of the seed capital we're raising is to actually expand our marketing capabilities and just to communicate this principle that if you're in Germany getting negative interest, minus 0.5 interest, you can put that into a solar project and get 10. So it's just about getting that message across, and we'll do the rest. Anything else? Okay, thanks very much.
Thank you.